Hello, hello, hello. This is Angela Thoma with Dogwood Paper Arts. Welcome. I have pulled out this paper pad, not knowing what to do with it. It is about bugs. I know some of you don't like bugs. I'm not a great big bug fan. But I do love butterflies and the idea of nature and all the things that kind of live and crawl and wiggle and all that kind of stuff. You know, I'm the kind that goes out when it's pouring down rain and saves all the worms and throws them back out in the yard because for some reason they think they all need to crawl in on the sidewalk and then they die there. But anyway, you know, I have my little emergency lights on when it's really raining and the worms are really crawling in on the patio. So anyway, needless to say, that has nothing to do with this pad, but it is pouring down rain. This pad is Hackney and Company. It's hand illustrated designs, 12 by 12. It's a premium quality paper, it says. 200 GSM papers, 150 GSM pearlescent papers. It contains 40 double-sided sheets. It's acid-free with elegant effects, it says. And it is. It's very beautiful. Some of it's glossy, like this page here, and there's 4 of each design in here. 4 12 by 12 pages. It also has this really cool ephemera here you can cut out. And this is the one that I was using stamps to go with this yesterday. This one. So there's that. But I thought, you know, I needed to use this up a little bit, and I'd kind of like to do something with it. Let me set my clock. There we go. I'll use it up. No, I would like to use some of this to make some nature cards. Look at these beautiful cutouts back here. Not these guys so much. I mean, these are pretty creepy being that big. I would like freak out and run. But here's the little domes with the plants in them. That's very pretty. And these are pretty. Even with the bugs in them, they're pretty. So I just thought maybe I would start right here, and I would like to make some pockets and such for journals. So where to begin? I need to begin with a piece of paper, here we go, that tells me how wide my journals normally are. They're usually about this wide, but they start out that way and then they shrink as you go, because remember, as you stack the pages in, they start, you know, cascading back out because it's getting really thick right back here. So this is about 5 1/2, 5 3/8, or 5 3/8. So I know I can't go any wider than, probably don't want to go any more than 5 inches wide for a pocket. So let's just start with making a pocket. I don't really have any book that I am specifically using this in. Now, because it's a thick paper, you don't really have to worry about this top edge being you know, too flimsy. It's pretty good size paper. So then let's see, we said no more than 5 inches. So let's go 4.5 for a pocket. That would put, yeah, let's do a little, just over 4.5. And just over 4.5. And that's going to leave us this little tag area here. And then what could we do? That looks pretty plain. You know, I mean, it's very pretty, but it needs something else with it. I wonder, could the bottom pocket be the back? If we just cut it right through here. Let's try it. Let's see what happens. We'll cut right in between these domes. And then if it all lines up, and it doesn't, these are smaller. So, would we say 4.5 inches? 4.5. So let's start down here. And 4.5. And then we have the little piece left over. So, can we glue those on there? Do they fit? Or are we going to cut some off? Now, because these are a little taller on the background, I don't really like the knobs showing up there. So I'm going to go ahead and move this up a little bit, and I'm going to cut the base off just a little bit more. So right about there. I bet I could cut 2 of these at the same time. Let's make sure I got them both right side up. I do. So this is just a craft with me. This is a very simple pocket. You've seen me make it many times before. So there's that one. Let's take our fat tag, and we want to do the same thing with it, because we're going to put something down here on our fat tag too, so it will match the pocket. Okay, let's start with a little simple gluing. And let's see. So I'm just going to run a little glue along the 3 sides. Oh gosh, I didn't get my glues ready. I'm sorry. Let's fight with the glue in this video, because Angela did not prep her glues. I think I will use a little vintage photo on these, just to take away that white core of the paper, because it is pretty stark white, especially against this black. I don't know if you can see that, but it's pretty evident that it has a white core on the paper. There's that one. Those two. Let's get this one. And this one. And this one. Okay, so we've got all of those pieces ready. Now I have my glue works. This will go rather quickly. It's working. Oh my gosh, my glue is working, guys. Wish I could do a nice straight line. Not that it matters. I'm going to push it down. It's going to get all wiggly anyway on its own. So a very simple, quick way to make a pocket for your journal. And then we have this nice little tag that we could put in here, like this. Do we want a pocket on it, like this? Or do we want it to be more like this? Decisions, decisions. It could just be... No, because if we cut that, that would be in half. But that would leave us this nice little dome over here. Kind of leaves a nice edge there, you know, where we can decorate. Well, let's hang on to that a second. And let's do this one. I'm holding the wrong side. No wonder I'm looking at myself with a dumbfounded look. Oh, look at me, man. I am off today. Paper's a little bit glossy underneath there, so just lining it up good. And let's see. Now to decide, do we want this pocket to have a little edge on it, or do we want it just to be a glue down? If we want to have a little edge on it, we have extras that we can do that with. Let's see. I think we will cut a 1-inch strip here and a 1-inch here. They don't have to be perfect. Perfect is an idea, but not always the best. Need 3 for each. There we go. And I'm just going to fold these in half. Looking for the bone folder. Once again, perfect is just a thought. We don't need perfect on these. They don't have to be right on the mark. I mean, you don't want them off so far that it looks wonky, but I do notice that this paper cracks easy. It's because of the glossy surface on it. And that does crack oftentimes. Excuse me. I'm going to clear my throat here. I must have too much dust in my room. Okay, so now we're going to cut these down to size. So right about there, and then I'm going to curve them top and bottom. And I'm going to do that again and again and again. I'm going to put 2 of those together. And we need 1 more of that length. And then we need 2 at the base length. And I'm going to cut it at that curve too. And that is curving in from the edge on both sides. Okay, so let's just start here. That one belongs here. And I suppose I want those right side up if I can. So this was just a 1-inch strip folded in half and then cut to the length of the envelope. Then the little point goes right at the top, and you'll have extra room here at the bottom. And make sure this is the side and not the bottom. Right, that's the bottom. There we go. And now the bottom one. And it is going to go right there. I have an awful lot of cardstock, patterned paper, and so I am trying to use as much of it as I can here and there, but gosh, I don't think I'll ever get through it all, of course. It's just not going to happen. Then when you glue it down, you'll glue this one on top of these like this, just at that little point. So that when you glue it down, this is underneath. Is along the bottom so that things don't catch up on it. Okay, so there is one pocket, but you can see, like I said, this paper does crack a little bit, so the folded piece underneath does have a lot of white edges showing. So we want to just go back over that and clean that up a little bit. Oh, there's Luigi yowing. I guess he thinks I should be sitting out in the chair so he can get on my lap. Okay, so there is one pocket idea. Now, if you feel that it needs a little slice here, you could slice that piece. I did get a new hole punch, but I don't know where I put it. My circle punch actually quit, so I got these from scrapbook.com, and they're Fiskars, little punches. My other one broke. It looked kind of like this, but it was blue. So I know that this is about the center. So I'm just going to cut that one right there. So that is a nice tall pocket for a journal signature. Now, we might as well finish up the other one and make it the same. So this is just, you know, quick and simple pocket for a journal. Wasn't going to delve into any deep ideas today. I would love to, but you know. Oh, I think that might be the bottom one. It is. It is the bottom. Let's put it on the bottom where it belongs. There are some really neat pockets being made right now, you know, and I'm sure none of it are new ideas, but very interesting ideas too for making pockets. I'm trying to scoot that right over onto the edge there. Just like that. And now we have one more. Didn't know if my husband needed me. Okay, there we go. Let's go ahead and trim that a little bit. I think I used this size. And I just nipped off that little dome knob. There we go. And we'll fill that in with ink. So now we have two pockets that are, what, 4 by 4 by 5, I don't know. They're pretty tall. 4.5 by, actually they're shorter. I thought they were taller than they were wide, but they are actually 4 7/16. So almost 4.5 by 4.5. So now we have this tag. We're left with a tag. So we need to make a second tag. So let's set that one aside and take a look at this extra piece we have. And I think we could actually make a tag that shows both of these domes. See? And then let's do the same on this one. There we go. Now we have these two. I think that'll be nice. And that leaves us like with a journaling card almost. Let's put that over there. Let's see. Yeah. So we could use them in these pockets. We do need to cover the back. Oh, this one's not as wide as this one. Well, I am going to cut this off. And maneuver it over to here. See if I can get it on there nice and straight. Oh, looks pretty good. And, oh, here it is. And I think, let's go ahead and do this one too. Okay. There's those. Now we need to put a hole in them. So I think probably if I measure here on my board, they are, let me do it this way. One and a half almost. So what's that, 3/4? If that's 2.5. Let's see. Yeah. So it is right about between those two. And I'm going to punch my first one. Then I'm going to move that down so that my next one will be the same depth. There we go. Okay. So now we have 2 tags and 2 pockets, but we should decorate them up a little bit, shouldn't we? I think what I might like to do is fussy cut out this dome. Like that. And sorry, it's taking a little longer. I'm concentrating. There we go. Get that off the table. Okay. Now, I think perhaps what I would like to do on here is take a piece of this. I love this stuff, as you know. And perhaps, well, we could put it at the base, I suppose, but it gets tucked into a pocket, and I worry about that. There's one. There's 2. Okay, Fabri-Tac, come on down. Throwing my pins on the table. So I'm going to put those right there. There's one. Oh, my fingers stuck to it. And I think we'll go opposite on this one. There we go. And then I think we're going to put one there and one here. Okay, so now we have those pieces on our tags, and it still needs something else. What else does it need? We could stamp on there. Wish I had my little stamp pad here. I wonder if I've got it. My acrylic block is what I'm talking about. Because I don't want to mess it up right now. But perhaps it just needs some sort of a flower on it. Not that one. Kind of like this one because it's so large and it kind of curves around that shape. Like that. Some seashells. We sold our seashells down by the seashore. Ooh, mushrooms. I like the mushrooms. I always do, you know. You know I do. Here's some bugs. Ooh, those are bugs. Oh, this is pretty. But I don't really like that. Ooh, look here. Now that one looks pretty good as an edge. Let's darken it up. The glue's just barely coming out. Oops. Okay, so do we just put this one over here then? I think I will put it here, and I'm going to put this one right behind it like this because I like the way that that fills in that space back there. Oops. Whoopsie daisy. How'd you get so lazy? Actually goes up there. And what did I do with the other one? Uh-oh. Oh, there it is. It's disappeared, you guys. Going to have to squeeze this. You never know, that little nib might just push out that little thing. Okay, that's a giant butterfly, but then why not? Why not have a giant butterfly? We can have anything we want. I think I like the bigger the better type, because it's kind of flying into that glass thing, that dome. What do you call those? I can't think of what you call them. Well, I've just been calling it a glass dome is where my brain went with it, so. Oh, kind of hurts to squeeze that bottle so much around my shot where I got my shot. It hasn't been hurting me. It only hurt yesterday, you know. It was the weirdest thing. Gotta call and check on my brother and his wife, see how they did getting their second shot today. He's my brother that has Parkinson's. So I hope he does well with it. I hope he doesn't have any problems. Need to put that right around that hole there. Gosh, time flies when you're doing this kind of thing. Okay. I think I need to either make some specimen cards, or I need to get some I need to fussy cut my ones I bought from, I think it was from Tracy Fox and Artie Mays. think I bought some from both of them. I think I bought some labels from Tina too. Oh, hey, look, this one already has a number. I like that. I need to spend time fussy cutting, is what I need to do. So I have some, so I don't have to keep running out and buying these Tim Holtz ones. They get expensive. There, that looks better. Now, I could put that one there, unless I can find one that says something different. That one is too big. Aha, private collection. There we go. We'll go with the private collection. Specimens 473. There. Oh, I like it. Need just a tiny, tiny bit of glue there. Let's see, here's my towel. Need that for my fingers. And I think we'll call that good. Now, let's see. Where's my happy little page? This is kind of a nice way to look at your page and see if you need to add something to it. Obviously, I think the pocket needs something. It needs some lace or some trim maybe. Maybe some green trim. I shouldn't have cut that off. It definitely needs something. It could even just need maybe some, no, I don't want to put gems on it. I don't know, I have to think about it. Look at that, I cut the same ones. They must be a repeating pattern. But they definitely need something else in them. So, but I think that's pretty good. You know, it's just kind of an idea. What you can do with paper you don't know what to do with. This is a really dark paper, and honestly, I didn't know that it was going to be this dark when I bought it. So I never used it because I didn't know what to do with it. So I want to figure out what to do with it and see what I can do with it and see if I can make some things with it that might be able to go on something. But I think the tags turned out really nice and I am happy with those. They definitely need to have their hole punched and an eyelet. They have a hole punch, they just need an eyelet stuck in them. I move my eyelets around. Okay. So do we go with the black? It does look kind of pretty. We also have, I now have some of this yellowy brown, or brown, no, not brown. The yellowy brown is okay. And of course I have gray. I think we'll go with the black. Do I want black? Yeah, why not? Let's just go with the black. There we go. Now we need something to tie in them. How about some mushrooms? Let's tie on some mushrooms. Do we want it to go this way? Don't know if that'll work. Might be too short. This piece may not be long enough for these tags. I think they're getting caught up on the back. Here we go. So there's tag 1. And let's see if we can do tag 2. Funny how that can make such a difference, just adding something on the tags. So there we go, 2 very fast pockets and tags for a journal. That took us less than an hour, and we have 3 pockets that have lots of space, or 2 pockets that have lots of space, and extra slots on them, and 2 pretty good looking tags. Now on the back here, I should have put some coffee dyed paper. That could still happen. What I would do is take this out and then put the paper on. So, but yeah, I think, because right now it's just a tag, there's nothing else you could do with it, except for it could be a tag. It could spend its life as a tag. Or we could just do it like this. Let's see. This is No, don't want to use that. Could use, no, not that. It's an envelope I dyed. Okay, grab a piece of paper, Ange. Okay, so I could just cut 2 of these right about here. And then right about here, probably. And then another one of those. Right about there. Then you wouldn't have to take that out, and you could just apply these on the back. Put a little color on the edge. And we'll pop that right on there like that. I'm really putting the glue on thick. It helps it to adhere well to the item that you're applying it to. And there you go. See how much better that is? And we didn't have to make it the exact same thing as the tag. Oh, and of course you could decorate it up if you wanted to decorate the back as well. There. That looks pretty good. So, yeah, much better. Much, much better. Echo. That one was okay. There's it. Oh, okay, this one. Okay. There we go. Oh, it's on my lap. I've lost my towel, you guys. Have you seen it? Okay. There we go. Fronts and backs. And there we go. 1 and 2. So very fast makes. This definitely needs something, but I don't have time to do that today because our alarm is going to ring. But I think definitely it needs some trim on it. Maybe moss green trim or something like that. Maybe some green eyelash yarn. They call it fur yarn now, I think. It needs something like that. Maybe a plant coming up out of its pocket. Anyway, it needs a little something. So it's not done yet, but when I come back, it will be done. And we'll work on the next page of this booklet, see what we can make out of the next page. All right. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this quick little craft with me and got something out of it, so that we could just have a craft with me fun kind of day. Okay, I will talk to you later, and thanks for joining me, and that's it for now. Bye.